Hi y'all. I'm coming today to give a testimony about how the Lord delivered me from smoking. When I first came on this walk, in which I got delivered from like majority of things last year, and I came on this walk with the Lord last year. When I first came on this walk, I was smoking. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was smoking. I never was a drinker, so I never really cared for drinking. But did I used to have like a little glass of wine or something? Yes. But like I never cared for drinking. But I was smoking, and I feel like the reason why I was smoking was because I wanted to fit in. I feel like I seen so many people around me that was smoking as well, and so I kind of got onto the habit of smoking, you know. And I started to realize, like, dang, I got a habit of this, you know. And it wasn't like I was smoking to avoid anything. It wasn't like I was escaping, but it just became a habit for me, you know. One little puff to with one of your friends became something that was just like, I want to do this every day. And so that was literally me. Like I was literally getting weed every day. I was literally getting woods. Like I don't even look like I would even smoke woods. Like, but I'm so grateful that the Lord has delivered me from, smoking or whatever the case may be. But like I said, when I first came on this walk, I was not perfect, and I'm just gonna be completely honest. I was still smoking. I was thinking, I had that mindset of, oh, the Lord put it on the earth, so why we can't do it, you know? So I used to have that mindset as well, but I started to realize, like, this is not what the Lord in the Bible tells us we are supposed to be sober minded. And so when you're smoking and you're drinking or whatever, you're not sober minded at all, and we know that, you know. So I was quickly just learning, like, as I got close to the Lord, I was just like, bro, I have to stop. Like, I literally was like, I have to stop. And I'm not gonna lie, it took me like a month or two for me to completely stop, you know. And like I said, when I literally had to like stop smoking, it literally had to be like one day at a time type thing, like, because I was doing it for so long, I was doing it for so many years, you know. And like I said, I was just so around so many people that was smoking, and I had to tell them, like, I don't smoke no more. When I was be around those people, I'm like, I don't smoke no more. I don't want to be around nobody that smoke. I literally had to cut off so many people because I'm like, this walk is that I'm taking this walk really serious, you know. I don't want to fall into temptation, and I'm not even gonna lie, like, I did fall into temptation before because I was around others that was doing it. And after I smoked that last time, I said, this is not for me, you know. Like I said, smoking used to give me anxiety. I remember I literally took an edible one time, and I literally was like hallucinating, you know. And that's when I was like, this is not for me, you know. I was literally hallucinating, and I threw up. Like, I'm like, this is not for me. I was like, this is not for me. I don't see how you can do it. And that's the thing. Like, I used to, smoke, and I used to be paranoid. I used to be like anxious. It just did not give me a good feeling at all. You know, like when you first do it, I feel like when you first do it, it'd probably be different. But like with me, it was like, like I started realizing, and I feel like now that I look back on it, I feel like the Lord did that because He allowed me to be anxious, or allowed me to be panicking, because it was more so like, this is not what you're supposed to do. So I feel like now that I'm looking back, I'm like, that was just probably just conviction of I was not supposed to be doing that. And like I said, I was not perfect, and I don't expect nobody to be perfect, but I do just people that's on the walk with the Lord, I do tell you, like, just pray about it. Just pray to the Lord and tell Him, like, Lord, I need help. You know, I need help. Do things, even if you've been smoking for years, it's possible. And I could tell you, and I could attest to that. I am giving my testimony right now. Like, it's possible to stop. You might not think you can stop, but you can stop. You know, like I said, I've been doing it for years. I've been around, like, I come from a family to where majority of my family, they smoked, you know. And so I'm glad that I broke that curse of not smoking. You know, I don't drink, you know, so I don't, I gotta be sober minded at all times. I'm sorry, it's too much going on. It's too many spiritual. We fight against flesh. We don't fight against flesh and blood. It's too many spiritual attacks, and it's kind of like, I know. And like I said, even when you're smoking, it's kind of like when you go to sleep, you don't ever realize, like, when you're not smoking and you go to sleep, it's like you're anxious, you know? And even when I did used to smoke, I would go to sleep and I don't remember none of my dreams. And we know our dreams is, very important. We know that as children of God, that our dreams are very important, that we should be vigilant when it comes to our dreams, you know. But like I said, when I was smoking, I don't even remember any of my dreams because I was not sober minded, you know. So now I realize, now I see why the Lord says be sober-minded, you know. But yeah, like I was saying, like, anybody that feel like they can't do it, you can do it. Like, don't make it, don't ever think that smoking is just that big, you know. The Lord can heal you and deliver you from anything, and I'm telling you that. I know so many people that has gotten delivered from smoking as well. And like I said, if you need help, just pray about it, you know. If you need help, start small. Like, if you're still smoking on this walk, I'm not judging you. That's between you and the Lord. But I am going to tell you, like, pray about it, you know. You know, if you are doing that, pray about it. Try to abstain from it. You know, as long as you can, to try to help you, you know, get out that habit, you know. But like I said, the Lord he hears you. He hears your prayers, and he will love to answer you. So just be dedicated and just know that it's possible. You know, if you have a drinking problem, that goes the same thing with that. If you have a drinking problem, you can be delivered from that. You can be delivered from anything. Just pray about it, and you're gonna probably, with smoking, I had to fast, you know, and that was something else too. It's like, it wasn't just me prayer, it was me fasting, it was me getting my mind right, it was me cutting out certain music. It, you know, it come with a lot, you know. It's not just you stop smoking. No, you gotta cut off music, you gotta stop being around other people that do smoke. You gotta really want it, you know. And like I said, if you really want it, the Lord will do it for you, you know. So that's just my little testimony, and I hope that anybody that is going through it, if you need help or you got any questions, you could just comment under this video, like, you know, and that's fine. Like, I would love to give you advice. I would love to help you. And yeah, have a nice day.